Okay, there we go. What's up, what's up, what's up? Okay, there we go. What's up, what's up, what's up? It's Curry Spice back with another video. And my husband is here at work. And I thought this would be an excellent YouTube episode opportunity. Because I see other YouTubers and they're in their car doing episodes. And I don't have many car episodes. There was one that I had with Latiana. But yeah. So I want to pick up where I left off about what it feels like to be jobless as I'm like an aspiring, transitioning entrepreneur trying to be successful at it. There's a bit of a panic. Like, there's anxiety with it. Like, there's anxiety that comes with being an entrepreneur, at least for me, because I've heard horror stories and I've heard just people saying that it hasn't worked for them. But to be fair, some people just don't try hard enough. They just don't try hard enough. But there's a lot of pressure to not be one of those people. To, like, it's pressure to not be a statistic, so to speak, where it's like the 1% make it, but there's the 99% that don't. It's like, it's a struggle to not be amongst the 99%. That's what I'm saying. So, just with that alone, there's a lot of pressure. Makes me feel like it's a part of me that wants to rebel and say, I'm not going to be the 99%. I will succeed if it's the last thing I do. But then it's like, now with no job, there's no influx of money coming in. It's just me being extremely tight-fisted with the money I have now. And only paying bills that are important to me, which is like my phone bill. My phone bill is my most important bill right now. And I'll let all my other bills go to hell. As long as the phone bill is paid, I'm good. And my whole reasoning behind that is because your smartphone is the gateway to the world. It's like, I mean, you have the whole world in your hands, literally. You have the internet, like, especially if you have like a phone that has access to unlimited everything, like unlimited data, unlimited minutes. I mean, you could do your business on that. Especially if you have like an online business where you need the internet, it's all in your hands. Like, you don't even really need a computer. I mean, you could use a computer for like if you need to print out things and download software like that. Sometimes, depending on what it is you're trying to do, a computer or a laptop is better. But for the most part, your phone is like, you have everything you need right in your pocket or in your purse. And I have like my entrepreneurships that are kind of up in the air right now because of the lack of job. But I'm going to take these next few days to like really go for the kill, strategize, and put some pep in my step. Because I was actually going through a little bit of a depression yesterday, and I didn't want to televise it on YouTube because I didn't want you guys to see me like that. So my whole reason for the depression was like feeling like I have to ask for permission to do things in my life, and it's like just to do things that I know is gonna work. As long as I don't give up, I know it's gonna work. But it's like it puts me in a hurtful place when other people have to decide my fate, you know? And that's one of the reasons why I don't want a job. One of the biggest reasons why I don't want a job is because I'm putting myself in a situation where I'm letting other people decide my fate. If I fill out an application and I'm lucky enough for them to call me in for the interview, I have to cross my fingers and hope that I'm selected onto the next round. But they're not going to choose me just because I'm a starving artist and I really want the job because I need the money. They don't care about that. You know what I mean? They're just going to hire the best fit. Because at the end of the day, I'm just a number. And I don't like that feeling. I don't like feeling like I'm just a number. Because I'm more than a number. I'm a human being with feelings and, you know, and like I'm someone's daughter. You know what I mean? Like I'm a significant person, and we all are significant. But I like to be able to strive for greatness, and you know, have these little side hustles. And somebody's honking. I like to have these little side hustles, you know what I mean? Like these little ideas that I have. And when people who I approach about it, who matter because they can help me in the journey, for example. Like, I don't drive, but my husband has a car. So if I talk to him about an idea that would involve driving, and I pitch that idea to him, and I'm really excited about the idea, but he's not, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Where it's like other people decide my fate. And even coming from family, I don't like that. I don't like anybody to decide my fate. I am the kind of person who is very motivated. I have vulnerable days, like I had yesterday, like a low-key vulnerable day. Only my husband really knew about it, but it was kind of a deep depression. But so that's what brought on the depression, was just like feeling like I have to ask for permission to achieve things that are not 100% in my control, like things that I need help with accomplishing. And, you know, just because I like an idea, even if it's a money-making idea, it could be all entrepreneurial and whatnot. If someone else doesn't like it, then it's like game over. I mean, when it comes to involving them in it, then it's like game over. And I'm so stubborn that it's like, I don't want it to be game over. Like, why does it have to be game over just because you're not on board with an idea that I pitched to you? And I was looking to you to help me, you know? Like whether it be to drive from point A to point B, or, you know, make it like a business partnership where, you know, you worry about the driving, I worry about the pickups, like I get out the car and, you know, things like that. So it could be like very discouraging. It's very discouraging when you have ideas and people who matter on board with them. People who can help you further your dream. Like people in significant ways. Like, can help you further your dream. That's like if you were pitching an idea to Oprah and she wasn't on board with it, that kind of thing. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Because you want Oprah to be on your side, you know what I mean? So it's like, you just planning like everything, like you had all your, even though you shouldn't have all your eggs in one basket, but I could kind of see how someone would just have all their chips on the table when Oprah's involved, and they're like, okay, please, just go for it. I give you an idea. What do you think? What do you think? Just, but before you tell me what you think, just tell me how much you love it, please. You know, it's like there's that fear because we don't want to get rejected, and I've been trying everything in my power to make sure this stint of unemployment works for me. Because if I can help it, I would never have another job ever again. If I can help it, I would never have another job ever again. Unless it was something that was really comfortable for me, something I really love doing, something I was passionate about. Lately, I've been thinking about maybe working for, if for some reason I'm not able to get like a flight attendant position, I would maybe consider like a humanitarian kind of position, like dealing with international affairs, like kind of like, you know, so because there's things being like called into my attention about like, somebody's looking at me because I'm like talking. It looks like I'm talking to myself, but I'm actually YouTubing. I don't want to like scream, like roll down the window. I'm YouTubing. I'm not talking to myself. Don't mind me. I'm not crazy. But anyway, but yeah, like things have just been called to my attention about just Africa and the hardships that people are facing over there, and I don't like it at all. I don't like it, and it makes me want to see what I can do, you know what I mean? Like, because someone told me, I was texting someone, they were texting back, and one of my fans on Facebook, and he admires me in a huge way, but he admires me in ways that matter. He was reminding me of my significance in the world, and I really need to hear that. He was telling me how I have like this love for humanity, and he really admires that about me, and how I also have like this rebellious side to me, and like just this huge part of me that just wants to sought after change for the betterment of the world. And you know, and when he said that, it really helped lift me out of that depression. It reminded me that you came in this world to do a mission. Like, you came here to inspire people, and you came here to just lift people up. That's what my whole YouTube channel is about. My YouTube channel is not for me, it's for you guys. So it's like, it helped me a lot to hear him say that. It helped a lot. So, and then I have like, even though I have like over 6,000 people following me right now on my Facebook, there are a few people who really stand out, who they know my value and they remind me of my value, and it really means a lot because it makes me feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, like I'm on the right path. And I love that, you know? I love when people lift me up and make me feel like I can do anything, because I'm just that determined. I'm just that motivated. I'm just that courageous. I love that. So that's the reason why I'm smiling right now. That's the reason why. That's the reason why I'm able that's the reason why I'm even able to go outside right now and enjoy the fresh air, is because I got my hope back. You know? And it's a beautiful feeling. It's an amazing feeling, and I don't want it to go away ever. You know, sometimes we want things to go a certain way, and if it doesn't happen exactly the way we want it to, then it's like all bets are off. It's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. 2019 is ruined, and it's only April, and because that's how I was talking earlier in the year. It was January, and I was freaking out because 2019 just wasn't working out the way I expected. And we were only just a few days in. So I had the tendency to be hard on myself. And when there's something I want, I go get it. And I don't like to make excuses. And if I do make excuses, then that means that what I'm making excuses about is that means I didn't really care. I didn't really care to participate, which is why I'm making excuses. So if I'm doing that, my heart's not in it. But if I'm really into something, I'm not going to make excuses. I'm going to be all in. And I think a lot of people are like that. But with me, I'm just tapping into my freedom, just tapping into it, and I'm loving the person I am. I'm loving the person that I see staring back at me in the mirror. I love it, and this journey could be a little scary because I don't know which way it's gonna go. I know which way I want it to go, but life in general has a funny way of working. So it's just because I want it to work one way doesn't mean it's gonna work in that way. So it might go topsy-turvy. It just might just go in a completely different direction. So I have to just be willing to just accept whatever happens, and then just work with what I have. Gary Vee was talking about, and I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me mention his name, but anyway, he was just talking about how we should just embrace mistakes. He's excited to make his next mistake, and I want to be like that too. And I'm learning to be like that. I'm learning slowly but surely. I'm learning. But I think that's it. I just wanted to give you guys my 2 cents. I see my husband coming back in. So, as always, looking forward to spicing up your life. One episode at a time. He's looking at me. And, he's still working though. But, yeah, just think about this kind of stuff. If you're gonna make a decision, a drastic life choice kind of decision, if you're gonna do it, just make sure it's from the heart. Make sure you know exactly what you want. Shut out all these other opinions from people. You have to live your life. You have to live your life because it's your life, It's your life, nobody else's. Even if you were a twin, you'd still have your own life. And your twin will have their life. You know? So that's it. I hope this helped. Till next time. Bye.